Hey everyone, welcome back! Economists talk about black swan events, unpredictable shocks that can shake entire systems. But climate change is more like a whole flock of black swans heading our way. Today we'll explore how those converging shocks will impact global economies, guided by a study titled The Economic Impact of Climate Change, Analyzing Its Effects on GDP.
This is so critical. We tend to focus on the environmental side of climate change, but the research shows the economic side, especially impacts on gross domestic product or GDP, is just as massive.
GDP basically measures a country's economic health. According to the research, climate change could reduce the global economy by 0.7% to 2.5% of GDP every year by 2060. That's huge. Let's talk about the most immediate impacts, which the paper highlights in three major sectors: agriculture, fisheries, and tourism. In agriculture, weather extremes like droughts, floods, and heat waves are already hurting crop yields and livestock. That translates into higher costs for farmers and higher prices at the grocery store, like a ripple effect from fields to dinner tables. For fisheries, warmer ocean waters and acidification can force fish populations to migrate or even collapse, jeopardizing coastal economies and food security for millions worldwide.
And tourism is also feeling it. Rising sea levels, coastal erosion, and intense storms threaten beaches, resorts, and local businesses that rely on visitors. Fewer tourists means less local revenue, setting off another ripple throughout the region's economy.
Beyond the direct hits, there are indirect effects that can snowball across entire economies. One key factor is worker productivity. As temperatures rise, we see more heat-related illnesses and injuries, which bring down efficiency and increase healthcare costs.
Plus, undernourishment can become more common if agriculture falters. Less nutritious food, coupled with heat stress, means lower productivity across many industries. These pressures can fuel social unrest, forced migration, and even conflict, all of which strain national economies.
So here's a big statistic. Without serious mitigation efforts, we could see a 7.22% drop in world real GDP per capita by the end of this century. That's akin to an ongoing pay cut, year after year.
And not everyone is equally vulnerable. Many global South nations, often located in hotter regions, already face more intense storms and droughts. With limited resources to adapt, they suffer disproportionately. It's a key area to investigate further. Understanding regional economic impacts and vulnerability assessments can help global policy responses be more equitable.
Despite the daunting numbers, there is hope. The paper discusses two major strategies: mitigation, cutting emissions at the source, and adaptation, coping with the changes we can't avoid.
Exactly. Mitigation might involve carbon taxes or cap-and-trade systems to make emitting carbon more expensive. We should also research the effectiveness of these programs globally, like the EU's emissions trading system or carbon taxes in places like Canada, to see what works best and how we can improve them.
Adaptation includes building resilient infrastructure supporting farmers with drought-resistant crops and providing social safety nets for displaced communities. Global South nations need special attention and resources, given their higher vulnerability. Now, let's talk innovation. Sustainable farming technologies like vertical farming and precision agriculture are transforming how we grow food. There's a ton to explore here. New seeds, advanced irrigation, and data analytics that reduce water use and boost yields.
It's worth following up on these breakthroughs to see which ones can be scaled up, especially in regions hardest hit by climate extremes. If you're watching and want to dive deeper, look at local pilot programs or national initiatives that are pioneering these solutions.
The circular economy is another game changer. Instead of take, make, dispose, we keep materials in circulation as long as possible, turning waste into resources, cutting costs, and lowering pollution. This is a big opportunity for businesses to innovate and stay profitable while reducing their environmental footprint.
Absolutely. We can look at success stories from companies and industries that have implemented circular models, whether it's creating products designed for easy reuse, or using recycled materials to cut down on raw input costs. These examples show how the concept works in real-world markets.
Another powerful shift is in green finance and impact investing. More investors want to fund projects that are both profitable and sustainable. If you're researching solutions, analyzing these initiatives helps us understand how capital can drive positive change faster.
Right, this isn't just about feeling good. It's about solid business sense and risk management. Companies aligned with sustainability goals often outperform over the long term. We can all help by supporting businesses and leaders that prioritize responsible growth.
So we've covered a lot: direct impacts on agriculture, fisheries, and tourism, indirect stresses on worker productivity and healthcare, potential GDP losses of up to 7.22%, and the special vulnerability of global South nations. We also spotlighted circular economy strategies, renewable energy trends, and the rising influence of green finance.
If you want to dive deeper, here are some action items. 1. Investigate regional economic impacts and vulnerability assessments. Which areas are most at risk, and why? 2. Research global carbon tax and cap-and-trade effectiveness to refine or scale up successful models. 3. Follow up on sustainable agriculture breakthroughs from vertical farms to precision tech. 4. Explore circular economy success stories. How are industries turning waste into profit? 5. Analyze green finance initiatives and the real-world impact on sustainable businesses.
Yes, climate change is daunting, but it also offers incredible opportunities for innovation, collaboration, and growth. We humans have overcome huge challenges before by being creative and persistent.
And now it's our time to step up. The stakes are high, but so are the potential rewards. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the economic implications of climate change. If you found this insightful or inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe. Keep asking questions, keep learning, and let's all keep pushing for a more sustainable, prosperous future together.